There's one very simple, fundamental, but quite often overlooked fact about Marvelous Designer. And the fact is, the program is based on real-life physics. It's based on math. And what it means to us when we work with the program is that when we create garments, when we make lines of certain length, they have to match. Their length, their size has to match precisely. In my professional experience, as well as personal experience, there were some cases where I saw some things created in a very, very different way. Some very basic things, things that people wear daily, they were created in such a way that if those pieces, if those garments, they were used in animation, or if they were produced in real life, they would feel like this. They would feel like a straitjacket because they simply don't work with real life physics, with real life laws. But the thing about the program is that we don't really make things that animate. We make things that are static, and then we create other stages on top of that get animated. But what we do is static. So even though those pieces of clothing, they were created not correctly and they wouldn't behave in the real world, they still managed to look okay. But the only times where things didn't look right, even though they were constructed correctly, was exactly due to the fact that certain lines, they simply didn't match in terms of their length. And this is an example from real world, illustrating what I'm talking about. As you can see, there's quite a bit of noise. There are quite a few wrinkles that are simply unneeded. When we make something like this, when we make a jacket, we don't really want to have those kind of folds. They are completely unnecessary, and they add extra element and clutter to otherwise a clean and elegant surface. Inside the program itself, this is what it looks like. This is the kind of effect I'm talking about. It's for the illustration's sake, it's very dramatic, clearly, but that's the whole point of this fact, that everything inside of Marvelous Designer has to be done accurately and has to be respected in terms of how the program is constructed and how the program is designed. And so everything has to match. All the length of the lines have to match. We shouldn't go crazy about it, matching millimeter by millimeter, but still, more or less, the length has to be the same. And first thing I do, pretty much every time I open my scene, my program, my project, is I turn on the length, the visibility of the length of the lines. On the keyboard, it's the shortcut for that is Shift Z or Shift Z, and this is what it looks like. It definitely makes things less attractive, but it's incredibly useful. So this way, in real time, I can see what is going on with my garments, what can and should be improved. And it shouldn't be surprising that sometimes when there's quite a bit of noise, of quite a bit of something extra going on on the model, the way to reduce this effect is not to change the garments themselves. It's not to change the curvature of the lines of the segments. It's actually to simply match the length of certain lines, the lines that are sewn together. There's one caveat to this rule, to this fundamental fact about the way the program is, the way the program works, is that sometimes the difference between the length of certain lines can be used to our advantage. And the situations where this could be used to our advantage are situations where we want to have this kind of effect. not necessarily on the hoodie, but effect where there's a bulging of the fabric. There's some kind of pleating going on. The obvious examples of that effect is dresses from Victorian era, where there's as you can see on the skirt, this is the effect I'm talking about. And there are definitely clothing that has this kind of effect today as well. It doesn't mean that only Victorian era clothing had this kind of construction, but it's just a good example and a good illustration of what I mean. So we shouldn't be dogmatic about it in the sense that everything has to match all the time. It's a case by case kind of situation, but as a rule of thumb, as a base, as something to definitely look after and watch out for, is that length of the lines should match. The way the program is designed should be respected. This will minimize all the noise, all the extra detail that is not needed on the fabric, simply by constructing the garments the way they should be constructed, the way they were originally planned to be constructed inside of the program.